The Unscrewed Mind.
Welcome to Unscrewed Mind, episode 40. What seeds are you planting in your subconscious mind? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I wrote down a few things that I think will help anyone out there that is watching this today to help identify what seeds they may be planting in their life and what to do about the ones that you want to get rid of. And
you may have already, your life today is due to seeds that have been planted previously.
oh yeah.
You're reaping what you've sowed from past experiences, and you may be planting the wrong kind of seeds today.
Yeah, we've talked about in the past, it's like a ship that's sailing through the ocean, and you're headed for a destination, and all of a sudden you've decided, hey, I can get whatever I want. I want to turn the ship in a different direction. If you ask some people, how long would it take you to make $100,000 a year? Some of them will be like, I may never make $100,000 a year.
Right.
And others will be like, $100,000 a year, I would be broke at that point.
Why would I take a pay cut?
Yeah. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about it, and keep in mind that the things that you think about those things will definitely affect the outcome of the speed that you can get to those places. The first thing I would like everybody to do is grab a piece of paper and write down the things that make up you today, positive and negative. Everything, list as much stuff as you can. So whether it's about your family, good circumstances, bad circumstances, everything, get it on one piece of paper, two pieces if that's what it takes, and then dissect or look at each one of the things that are negative in your life and start to think about what the positive things that would be the opposite of those.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start just taking that one small step, your brain is, or your mind is going to immediately identify with the opposite of it once you've got it written down. So if you know that you're upset every day because of somebody that's in your life, and you write down the opposite of that, and you start thinking about that every time you start to have that negative thought about that person, you're going to immediately see a small change. If you're going to do it, but hold something inside of you that says, well, this person's reaction to this is going to be negative. So you're contradicting yourself and you don't even know it. And this is something that changed my life completely. Is I was always thinking about how I have a relationship with somebody. I wish they would do something different, and I can do something good for them today, but they are not going to care that I'm doing that thing. And so it was like I was sandwiching the good with bad on each side of it. If you can just take the small steps, start changing your thought processes, and then take action in the real world behind that, it's going to help you get to a different feeling inside of you about the situation. And this goes for everything in your life. So many things that I've changed about the way that I think. And one that really has stood out for me and has been the biggest change for me, and I think that is driven in from our society, or maybe it's just me, maybe I'm crazy.
Nope.
But I have always had the mentality that I have to win, but it's at the detriment of others. I never felt like I could win with everyone. I really, you have to see it and feel it and try it for yourself and change the way that you feel about other people receiving things that you may want into their life, and be thankful that they're able to get it, because it's a signaling indicator that you're able to get it as well.
You say that, writing down a list of positive attributes and then writing out a list of negative attributes, and then reframing those as positives. That's something that I did 2 years ago now, and I haven't really done it since. And I think what's interesting is obviously I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. In some facets, I'm dealing with a lot of with the same troubles, but in other things I've put behind me. So it it's great that you bring that up. And I think it'd be interesting to go through that exercise again, or go back and pull out that book where I wrote it down and reread what I wrote and see how much progress I've made. I think I would end up feeling really good about myself and my situation just by seeing how far I've come.
That's the other thing that you're going to be able to identify when you write down this list is whose belief is that? Is that
Yeah.
Rusty's belief, or is that Matt's belief, or is that somebody else's belief?
Well, I know Rusty believes he can do anything he wants. I kind of, when I was thinking about this, I wrote down like a couple step process, and I want to know what you think. I think when you're trying to figure out what seeds you've planted, I think all of it has to be reframed in what you really want out of life, right? So think about kind of a dream, a goal, or something that you want to accomplish, and then ask yourself, do you feel like you deserve it, right? And I think immediately you'll either get a yes answer. And if the answer is yes, you deserve it, I think you have the confidence to go after what you want and go get it. I think a lot of times the answer would be no. And then you need to ask yourself some follow-up questions. Why don't you deserve it? Is it because nobody in your family has ever amounted to anything? Is it because you don't have the education? Is it because you don't have the knowledge? Is it because you don't know the right people? Like what are the roadblocks you've already created, or these beliefs that you have inside of you that would prevent you from getting started towards your goal? And then that's kind of the list of things that you need to start correcting first, those beliefs. And I think the seeds start to be planted by you affirming the opposite of what those beliefs are, by writing out statements that are more positive, by reading those statements to yourself, and subconsciously, subliminally setting that affirmation up in your heart, so that's what you believe, as opposed to the opposite. At that point, I think we all know, if you're listening to this podcast, or if you've watched any other channels or read anything else, that what you believe is the only thing that matters. And you have to really go to work correcting what you believe, so that you can squeeze every single drop of enjoyment out of life, because this is a core belief. No one's going to do it for you, right? You have to take those first steps on your own.
There's definitely a vibrational wavelength that you'll get on, and you'll feel it. And when you're planting the right type of seeds, then other people that are planting similar seeds start to pop up in your life as well. And so you can make new friendships, you can make new relationships, and you can make new acquaintances in business and any other thing that you're interested in very quickly. And you will notice that the people are like-minded to you that start flowing into your experience. I can't tell you, I have never, ever in my life had anybody talk to me about the law of attraction. Zero people. Nobody.
Right.
I've never had anybody talk to me really about spirituality. I've never, just the whole thing really hasn't happened. I start in on this, and I'm telling you, it was like one person after another is interested in this. I'm not bringing it up to them. They're bringing it up to me.
Some would say you're attracting them, or you're manifesting them.
Right. If something's not going your way today, doesn't mean that it can't be going your way tomorrow.
The Unscrewed Mind.